This video will walk us through the process of building the code for our little security system project. And with the hardware we're going to use, you'll have access to your motion detector, you'll have access to LED lights and the buzzers. You can use both or one or the other. You don't have to use both if you don't want, or if we can't get the code to work. And obviously all the Arduino and breadboard and stuff that we'll need. But the important part, and in order for us to be able to get this project running correctly, is our code. We have to build our code. So in the past we've only used this loop because we've had projects where we made an LED light just blink on and off constantly, and we had the buzzer where the buzzer would beep. Well, that type of code is something that just runs constantly. We don't want, with our security project, we only want the light or the buzzer to come on if there's motion detected. So we're going to take our little loop that we've been using, our control block, and we're going to switch it out for a different control block. We're going to come down here and we're going to grab the if else with the test, then, and else. So we're going to pull this out here. This is going to be the block of code that controls our little project. Now this is a little bit different, and I'm going to talk about what this control block does, kind of a basic overview of what it does, so you can kind of get an understanding of why we need to use this block. We really need to think about what we want our project to do. What do we want to happen? Well, we want that when someone walks by the motion detector, if somebody is walking by or somebody's trying to break in and there's some motion and it sees some movement in the room, then we want the alarm to go off. If it doesn't see any motion, if there's nothing going on, then we just want it to sit there and be quiet. And don't flash any lights, just be calm until something happens. Well, that's kind of what this code is for. I mean, that's exactly what this code is for. So you have a couple of statements here. If else. That's basically saying, if this happens, then do this. If it doesn't happen, the else. I mean, do this instead. So you have test, then, and else. Test is where the code will go for our motion sensor. It's going to test the motion sensor. So you're telling with the code, you're telling the Arduino, go look at the motion detector. Is there motion? There is motion. Okay, then I want you to make the buzzer go off. I want you to make the LED light come on, or whatever piece of hardware you decide to use to let you know that it detects motion. So test the pin that our motion detector is connected to. Do you see motion? You do. Then do this. Come on, make the light come on, make the buzzer go off. Then here you can say, okay, test. Do you see motion? You don't? Okay, then do this instead. That's what else is. So then should be, you want your light to come on. You want the buzzer to go off. You want the light and the buzzer to come on at the same time. Else will be to tell it, okay, stay calm. Don't do anything. Just sit there and wait. So that's when you'll set your buzzers to stay off. You'll set your LED lights to stay off, however you want, whatever hardware you decide to use. So let me give you an idea of what this is kind of going to look like. So we're going to go to pins, and this very top option here is digital pin number. And if you notice, it's got the little rounded edge, and it'll fit perfectly right here where our test is. So I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to drag and drop it over here. And you'll notice the little pin number block popped up. This is going to be the most important part of the project in order to get it to work correctly once we start hooking up the hardware. All of our sensors are going to need a different pin. So the motion sensor will need a pin, its own digital pin. The LED light will need its own individual pin. And if you decide to use the LED light and the buzzer, I'm going to want you to give the buzzer its own pin as well. So you're going to have to assign pins of different numbers to the different devices. I'm going to let you choose how you do that. I'm going to let you choose how you want the pins to be set up. The wiring of the motion sensor is a little different than what we've been used to in the past. So I will provide you with either the picture wiring diagram like I did last time, or I will sit with you in each group and walk you through what you need to do as far as hooking it up. I want you to go through your code. You can work with your group, you can work individual. I really prefer you to work with your group because I think it gives everybody an opportunity to see what's going on. You should take turns. If you have any questions, raise your hand.